How's it going, everybody? I'm Steve, and welcome back. So, a lot of you know this Friday, June 13th is actually the only Friday the 13th for 2025. I couldn't believe that. Basically, usually you think that date would happen like 2 or 3 times a year. Apparently, this happened in 2022 as well. But basically, in 2024, I did like a top 12 of the franchise. And I thought this year I really like the 80s. I decided just to do like a top six. I didn't include like two of these movies from the 80s. There's like two I don't really like very much. I like the kills in the movie, but I don't like the characters or the story in these movies. I'm gonna give like spoilers here. I'm gonna give like the top six and give some of my favorite kills. And obviously, in the comments, let me know in the comments how you'd rank these. You can do you can do all 12 films if you'd like. You can do top five, top 10. But give me some of your favorite kills, you know. But like I said, I'm going to give spoilers here. But one of the ones I don't like very much is part five. Yeah, obviously I like the sex scene in the woods. I love that. I think there's like one it gives like another one of the other campers here from that same scene. You'll see like he got killed in that movie. But like I said, spoilers here. I don't like the fact that this isn't Jason Voorhees. They go through the whole movie and they reveal that at the end of the movie. So I don't like that. The other one is part eight. I like it when these movies take place at like campgrounds. This one takes place mostly on like on a ship. And then some of it takes place in Manhattan and in New York. So I don't like that very much. But as far as the other six, I love these movies. And I think one of them, actually, the first one I'm going to talk about is actually one that I had like ranked number 8 last year. And actually, last year there was a Friday the 13th that happened. I actually watched like 3 movies that same night. So number 6, this one's actually part 7. The New Blood. Love this one. It's from 1988. I'm not going to give like a lot of the actors' names necessarily. I'm going to give like 3 maybe. I'm not going to give like the directors' names, but this one I like a lot. This one's kind of like sort of like a Carrie kind of it has like a telekinesis in the movie, but this one I really like the sleeping bag scene. This girl gets pulled out of like a tent, and then I'm gonna try to show like pictures and stuff like that. But she gets they did like kind of like a parody of this later on, but she gets kind of beaten against the tree, and then her like boyfriend is he's out to get like firewood, and then Jason does like a punch through the back, and you see his fist come out through the guy's chest. That's kind of like a callback to like another one that happened, like the movie that happened before that. But I'll get to that one later. But yeah, this one's great. I should have put this one, like I said, number 6 last time. It was number 8, but I love this movie a lot more now. So at number 5 from 1981, I have part 2. So from the first film, there's a character named Alice. And you actually see her at the beginning of this film, and you actually see like she opens up the refrigerator, and you'll see the head of Pamela Voorhees. Then you'll see like Jason takes a spike and puts it through Alice's brain. It's really shocking to see that, But actually, there's another character named Mark. You see him. It's kind of a sad kind of thing. Not totally sure how you feel about it, but it's definitely a great death. You'll see like Jason takes a machete and puts it through Mark's brain, through his face. That's kind of shocking too. You see Mark, he's actually in like a wheelchair. That's why you're kind of sad for the character. But it's really wild. It comes down like the staircase basically, or this long length of like stairs, outdoors, and he falls from there. And so that's really shocking too. But that's great as well. All right, so number 4 for 1982, I have part 3. So this is actually the first film I ever saw in the theater. I was like 9 years old in 1982. I think like a babysitter took me to see it. so it kind of explains why I'm kind of messed up today, basically because I was seeing horror films way too young. But this one, basically, it was so much better in 3D, I think. I remember it being that way. You watch it in 2D, it's not quite the same, basically, but there is one kill I really love in this film. There's a character named Rick. You see Jason takes basically crushes the guy's his skull basically, and you see like the left eye kind of pop out. Yeah, you watch that in like 2D, it doesn't look like that real basically, but because it's like a dummy head basically. But if you see it in like 3D, it looks way different. Because like the eye kind of pops out and kind of hits like the camera sort of, or comes right at the camera. So at number 3 for 1980, I have the original. Obviously, this one's really kind of unique in some ways because a lot of the kills take place off camera. But there's definitely like 2 really memorable ones in this film. One is like Kevin Bacon has the spike come through his throat, basically from under the bed. That's great, and obviously you see Pamela Voorhees get beheaded. That's great, but you'll see basically Jason. What happens at the end of that, basically, but there's a lot of great kills in this, basically, but they just don't show a lot of blood, and they go really kind of light. I think it's all these are still like R-rated, but it's just like basically I think they didn't want to get like an X rating, and they didn't want to freak out the ratings board too much, so they kind of kept it kind of light, and they definitely got kind of ramped up the violence later on, basically. But so at number 2 for 1986, Part 6, Jason Lives. So obviously I love the music from Alice Cooper. Definitely gives it kind of a scary kind of vibe. I love the kills in this one too. There's some really great ones here. One is Sheriff Garris. He gets kind of folded up. That's a great one. You see like the RV scene when the girlfriend gets kind of her head gets pushed through the wall. Basically, you see like the 3 paintballers that they all get beheaded at the same time. That's a great one. If you know like a Horshack from Welcome Back Kotter, Ron Palillo, I think his name is. You see he's the one that goes with Tommy to the graveyard. He's the one that tells Tommy not to do it, but they basically bring Jason back to life. very kind of sadly, and you see like he gets punched through the chest, and you see Jason's. I think Jason, I don't know if he grabs his heart or you see his fist come through his chest. So that's kind of different from Part 7, where the fist goes through the guy's through his back basically and comes through the chest. It's different in Part 6. So they kind of recycled that kind of thing, but it came from a different angle. So all those kills make it so great. That's what makes it really memorable. Okay, so number 1 from 1984, I have The Final Chapter. This one's really great because of Crispin Glover. Obviously, he has the classic line, "Hey Ted, where the hell's the corkscrew?" The whole scene, and what happens to him, obviously you can see the corkscrew through the hand, and then you see like I think a machete through the face. So that's a great kill, really memorable. Obviously, you have Corey Feldman. You see what happens at the end of that, how kind of freaky that is. So in the final chapter, there are a lot of great kills in this film. There's actually another one from the coroner. His name is Axel. If you ever watch like the Police Academy movies, he's in a lot of those films. But obviously, Axel, he gets like the saw through the neck. I think Jason also twists his head around again. So you see that a lot in these movies. But that's another great one. Like I said, please leave in the comments. Let me know some of your favorite kills in these films. Like I said, there's so many in the final chapter. But please, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that. Please put a thumbs up on this video and have a great one.